Hello. Hello. Hey guys. So I started thinking, like, for my music for the channel, I'm just gonna start using OSTs for like video games that I like and random shit, movies and video games. That way it's just background music and it's not too distracting, and not everyone has my taste in music. Like, listen to a lot of just metal and shit and, like, I don't know, fast, hard nonsense. And so I noticed that usually when people are like most chill with the music, especially since they're trying to listen to me talk, it's like soundtracks tend to work better. That or just like ambient shit. So I think I'm gonna go with that kind of stuff from now on. It's actually helpful, relaxing. Lets me kind of unwind some of my thoughts and such. I hope I'm not muted. Music's too loud still. Whoa, sorry. I'm trying to blow out your ears or nothing. Just a little bit, tiny bit. It's just, yeah, it's anyway for that. You guys can still kind of hear it, right? Thought maybe Anx is streaming and joined like 2 minutes in without getting any notifications. You should be getting notifications, Faxon. Do you have the role on the server for any of you that are on the server and want to get notified whenever I stream, which is usually on Saturdays and Tuesdays, more often? Do add the role. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of Zoids probably like it, but some of it like gets overwhelming, especially when it's about just listening. So I think that's something I think would be important. I know some of you metalheads like me and such are probably going to be sad to not hear badass black metal anymore, but yeah, I think it's just a better choice. And plus I like it too, so it's not like I don't enjoy this music. I just got to find OSTs, and there's plenty of OSTs to be found. God knows. This is for well, Mealy can tell you, but this is the Lost in Vivo one. Oh, okay. Oh, they stress you out? Oh, okay. Well, I'm trying to think of how you can know when I'm streaming without notifications. You can play it sometimes. Okay, well, maybe I'll play it sometimes, but we'll see. I don't know. I like OSTs. I think they're more conducive to the rambling anyway. And yeah, and then I don't have to like mess with the audio as much because there isn't as much crazy flashing. But even if the music gets a little hard, if it's a soundtrack, it's still more chill. Lost in Vivo is goated, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of background music. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I wanted to talk to some of you Zoids and otherwise out there, but or anybody interested. Metal is meditation music. It depends on the metal. I do enjoy like what is it called, like prog black metal or like atmospheric black metal. Just black metal in general, because you can't understand the lyrics, which I will look up an album, read the lyrics, and be like, wow, that's an interesting album. And then like I love black metal because it doesn't distract me with lyrics, because I can't understand a goddamn thing they're saying. Yeah, on your YouTube homepage, but like it would require you just to remember, Faxon, that like I'm generally gonna be on here this time, 7 p.m. PST, on Saturdays and Tuesdays and such, if you're down to just have in the background and you don't like notifications or whatever. Okay, so quick update before I get into the subject I kind of want to bring up. Quick updates on myself. So man, I had a harrowing like last 3 days. Well, no, 2 days. Last 2 days have been just terrible. So about 2 nights ago, wait, last night, the night before that, yeah. I had eaten some, because I had been experimenting with like edibles, like teas, because like my sleep is like, I stay up too late and stuff, and also like I wanted something to help with a little bit of that. I know some people say, oh, but it fucks up your REM sleep, but my REM sleep's already wrecked to begin with because of the sleep apnea issues. And I've actually heard there's some studies regarding how it helps with sleep apnea. Which is funny because if it helps the sleep apnea, whatever negative impact it might have on my REM sleep, I think the apnea has a way stronger impact on it. I wear a CPAP, but it's still like, I still wake up on occasion and it still kind of screws it up. So, and I've noticed that when I've had some THC and I go to sleep, I don't wake up in the middle of the night. I just wake up till it's like morning. It's time to wake up, like, or my wife wakes me up in the morning. And I don't feel groggy or crazy or anything. It's just like chill. But as much as I've had okay experiences with so far, and by the way, I never smoke. I never liked smoking, so I never did any of that stuff. What is this top fans and why am I number one? I have no idea. I don't know. I think it has to do. It's like, I have no. It's a new YouTube thing. Look, like you guys have XP. Oh, you get XP for like for posting. So whoever's posting the most gets like a dumb thing. It's just normie shit that people care about in other circles that no self-respecting Zoid give a fuck about. I'll be honest. Stupid crowd. If anything, you probably want to get rid of it. Like, what the fuck is this? Anyway. So yeah, like 2 nights ago I did some edibles and man, I got it was bad. It was bad. I heard of greening out, I think it's called. It was weird because when I've taken like, I don't know, like 20 edibles of hybrid, or like even once when I took indica and sativa, it's like usually fine. And the other day I took like 30 of hybrid and I was pretty chill. It was a little strong. I was like, oh, that's a little strong, but I feel pretty chill. This is nice, and I got a good sleep. But then yesterday, I was like, oh man, I didn't even think about how important the strains are. I'm like, well, I've tried them all a bit, so I'll just do like, 30 of this indica over here. That was one of the worst shits ever. Like, from like 7 p.m. till like 11 p.m. I was nauseous, dizzy, disoriented, falling asleep like in a weird, intrusive way. Like, it was horrible, man. Like, I was having anxiety, no high of anything of any kind, no relaxing feeling of any kind. And it was just horrible. And you know where I fucked up is I had it on an empty stomach. I thought, well, I'm just gonna eat these and then eat a sandwich, it'll be fine. Apparently not. My stomach hurt. I was just bloated. I was so messed up. I can't vomit because like what's it called? I haven't vomited since I was a kid. Like, I tried I tried to make myself vomit when this happened. Next time I'm gonna like really make myself, because it was terrible, man. There wasn't a single good thing about it. It wasn't like, oh, it was too hot. No, it was just like anxiety, stomach issues, dizziness, disorientation, sweating. Like, it was crazy. And I'm like, is it the strain? Because it was the same brand. And I had taken like 25, 30 before. No issues, really. But just straight indica. And I've noticed it in the past, indica doesn't like do much for me. Kind of messes me up a little bit. And I thought that, oh, that's just from the beginning. Because that's the first one I tried, I think. THC do increase my paranoia. So what I'm thinking, I haven't had trouble with hybrids or sativa. So Barfy makes you feel good instantly afterwards. Oh, I gotta do that. I was so messed up. Thank you, by the way, for that advice. I gotta figure out how to puke though, because like I have so much trouble puking. But maybe if I start feeling it, I'll just do it right away. Just go outside and try to hurl or something. Or smell something really bad. I don't know. But anyway, it was like one of the worst experiences I've ever had, and I've had a lot of not so fun experiences, but it was just horrendous. I was like this the whole time. I was just like, I was just like that the entire time. Yeah, too rapid of an absorption. Yeah, it must have been like that, dude, because I was just like the whole time for like 4 hours straight. And then even after it started, like I still felt kind of funky, but I was able to like be like, I didn't want to go to sleep like that, dude, because I was so sleepy, but I was like, bro, am I gonna wake up? Because like I felt like I was passing out, but super anxious. It was horrible, man. It was shit. Like I couldn't even play the games I wanted to play that night. I couldn't read. I couldn't even watch videos. I would like I was having trouble like keeping track of my thoughts, man. It was crazy bad. And so yeah, never eat edibles on an empty stomach. Holy mother of God. And I have a feeling, sorry, I'm like going a little bit long on the personal stuff. I have a feeling that I just have something weird with my digestion or liver or something. And because even with like things like alcohol, when I do take don't OD essentially on THC or whatever, I get the highs or whatever, and you know I obviously, but it only lasts. It goes like fast. It's weird. Even when I've had a good run in with the edible, like I'm feeling chill. I don't feel any of the euphoria people talk about. This euphoria. No, I don't know. I don't know what anyone's talking about. I haven't experienced that. All I experience mostly is just like a warm comfort, and then like I just feel like a little bit goofy, but that's it. But I don't feel like good. So like in any like major way, it just like, or any kind of way, like I don't get the whole high thing. Like I don't know. I think I am a rapid metabolizer. Because like for example, when I've had the good ones, it'll last very, like it'll just be like 3 hours. Like people, like I read online, oh, this shit stays in your system for like, you'll feel it for at least 6 hours, 7 hours. You might feel a little bit in the morning if you take it at night. I'm like, but if I take it like at 6, by the time it's like 11:30, like I'm like like it's gone. MDMA in my experience, that's crazy, right? It's crazy how this stuff works. So I guess I'm just using it as a sleep aid for now. I haven't really gotten a lot. If anything, what's odd is I get more out of like probably alcohol, but I was trying to find like more healthy alternatives for like trying to get like relax and sleep and distress and stuff. And like, plus it helps like me, it helps me with like anhedonia stuff sometimes, these things. So yeah, I wanted like a better experience or a healthier option, but it sucks, man. Like I don't know, some people told me it's because it's an edible type, and so if I'm a fast metabolizer, I'm gonna have to use like something that's like a vape or something, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do that shit. For me, I get really emotionally high, but if I sit back and listen to music, eventually start feeling inner peace in a sort of metacognitive way. I think it's just a schizo tendency to an emotional and more cognitively focused. Yeah, maybe, but it just, I haven't had like a great experience with THC. I've only had okay experiences. I'm wondering, some people told me that some people have a much better experience with one-to-one, which I know other people have told me, oh, but if you get one-to-one, it doesn't work because the CBD will cancel out the THC or whatever. But I don't know, man. Like this is like just it, the one I've been eating is like mostly THC with like a tiny bit of CBD. Edibles are way too unpredictable for dosage, person to person or product to product. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, like I don't know. So I might, I don't know, I might have to find some other options because I do not want to experience that again. That's terrible. Never eat edibles on an empty stomach. Never. Don't even risk it. It's horrible. Anyway, what else? What else? Okay, that's it. Personal shit. So let's get into it. So, I want to talk about how you, yes, you can find better schizoid related content and information. I should do like a video for this or something, but in any case, And I got to change the thumbnail because just something relevant, or even the live stream. But in any case, the way you do it, I will explain. So first of all, for YouTube, right? If you're looking for schizoid videos, right? Well, first of all, you got to subscribe to my channel. All that bullshit. What you do, and I know this is going to be like, duh, for a lot of you, maybe, that are like more YouTube oriented. But for some of you that just kind of casually use it or like whatever, you might not know to do this stuff. Okay. All right. So when you search for a YouTube video under anything, remember to use the filters. Especially when it comes to a niche subject or a small subject that's going to have a lot of videos that have almost no viewership, and it's going to have a handful of videos that just have a ton, right? Because some big channel covered it, and they usually cover it in like the lamest way possible. They like talk about just they just read the DSM, and then they like to say the same kind of dumb assumptions that it just don't go away. But point is, use the filters, and all you have to do is search for the thing. First, search for the word schizoid, just straight up schizoid. Hit filters, change sort by to upload date, right? So change your sort by to upload date, and then click on and also what's it called, yeah, sort by upload date and upload date this year. So choose this year, or if you already checked it recently, this month, and upload date. It is massive. You will find actual Zoids in the wild that have channels. There isn't very many at all, and they usually like bail on them at some point, and they generally don't answer comments too much, which all makes sense. But you will find much better results than if you hit like relevance or view count or anything else. Obviously you'll get my dumb ass, right? Because I'm live right now, so whatever. It says 5 are watching. I hate YouTube. It says 5 are watching, but my OBS was telling me it's like 14 people. Cool. Thanks for the gaslight. But point is, if you do that, you will occasionally get some person that will be like, oh, hey, I'm a schizoid, or I'll say on the channel, and they're probably not making much of a deal of it, or they're just using it as something. Like one example of a really interesting one I found was like, what was it called? I'm so bad at remembering stuff, but I found a channel called, oh yeah, Schizoid World. And it had like one, what do you call it, video on it, but it was cool. It was like really cool. And I think it's Schizoid World. Even when you're looking for specific channels, if they're small channels, man, just use the filters. Yeah, because even if I type in Schizoid World, I do not get the channel. But if you go to filters and I choose upload dates, because it's a recent video, and then I change it to channel. Oh no, Schizoid Universe. Sorry, I'm stupid. That's why I wasn't finding it. Yeah, see, but I still gotta use the stupid filters. And it's annoying. Every time you search, you gotta hit the filters again. Keep a tab open with the filters already set and the keyword already written. Okay? Don't open new tabs to click on the channels or whatever the hell. Right click, open new tabs. It doesn't always do it, but sometimes it does cause that stupid problem. Like it gets rid of shit. It's so annoying. I thought it was Schizoid Universe. What the hell was it called then? You know what? I'm dumb. I have the link right here, so I'll just get it. One sec. Pretty sure it was Schizoid Universe. Oh, underscore. Gotta love that, right? Schizoid underscore universe. Here, let me put the link. I can put links right on my chat for you guys. Those don't get deleted, right? You guys actually get those or whatever. Well, you might, yeah. So I think that's it. Yeah, that should be it. Schizoid Universe. Cool video. Cool vibes. Relatable. Kind of some of the because it's essentially like it's some music and like editing and then some writing of theirs. Boxes you in with what they think you should watch. At least the music algo is kind of nice. Well, see, I've said it before in other streams, and I've told you before, Faction. If you want a better algo, make a new account, right? Have one account for all your like big channels you still like, you actually like to watch, and sub to them with that, and then have a alternate YouTube account. Sorry. Where you only sub to things that are like, I don't know, like 50K or less, or 100K or less subs, right? Or even 50K or less subs. And then sub to everything that the algo recommends to you that looks even remotely interesting, that has like no views and no subs. Sub, upvote, like and sub every weird small channel that is part of the genre of shit you like. Do it every time on that, you know, new account. You do that enough times, you get like my algo, which is just, I get random shit all the time, like crazy weird shit, because I like crazy weird shit. But I get like crazy weird shit with like I don't know, like 1,000 subs, or like 200 subs, or sometimes like 5 subs and like 2 views, or some crazy number like that. So anyway, that's just another search or algo tip. I'm a boomer. I don't know how this shit works. All I know is this works. You mean like an Explorer account with just random clicks? No. What? No, I'm talking about just have like another YouTube whatever account that with a fresh algo, and then just start keyword searching shit you like, and do like upload date and everything I said, and then find small channels that cover your genre of music or whatever it is, right, that you like, and then sub and like all those. And don't sub to anything with like a bunch of million views, or like hundreds of thousands. It'll be a lot faster if you do it this way. Now, I tried to do it on my main. It didn't work. I tried to do it with my Angst account, which is now my main, and with already had subscribed to like big channels. So I unsubscribed to a bunch of them, and then I started just, you know, for the last like 2 years, I've been doing nothing but subbing and liking whatever weird small channels I find. Like even this soundtrack, it's like on some guy's channel called Jaron Christ, and he uploaded it 6 years ago. 567 subs, 39K views, subbing, liking. That's it. Do that enough times, you'll start getting cool shit. All right, and just better shit, in my opinion. And schizoids are fucking eccentric as hell. Remember, we're cluster for a reason. We're eccentric. We like weird shit, or shit other people find boring or weird or whatever. And that'll make it a lot easier for you to find like cool shit. Also find and the earlier stuff I said to find the schizoid videos, like recent stuff. Like I said, check out that one I linked if it showed it, the Schizoid Universe. Cool video. One video, but solid. And I was like, oh, this is cool. This is like Schizoid created content about, you know, issues that was artistic and interesting. It wasn't like a video of like the DSM states. So another thing you can do if you want to help the channel out, if you find somebody in the wild, you can mention the server. That could help them out, the Zoid Void. You can mention the channel if I hadn't already posted a comment. I don't always have time to check for every small channel comes out every month or whatever, or a time to respond. And sometimes you'll just find like little weird, like I found some Russian guy that had like music that's interesting. I don't know 100% if it's my type. I only looked at one video and I was like, it's all right. But I gotta look at other stuff. But they have, it's called Schizoid Diarrhea. I was like, that's the name of the channel, Schizoid Diarrhea. So I don't know if there's Zoid or whatever, but all I know is that like it's like interesting music with a bunch of like super edgy, negative, like humanity hating or like doomer fucking um type like vibes, like nihilistic, negative nihilistic sort of vibes, based on what I saw. But I don't know, I could be wrong. But it's called Schizoid Diarrhea, and I was like, whoa, that's okay. That's a name. That's a name. That is a name. Funny name. It's a name. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, my music stopped because I accidentally clicked on it. All right, guys, this is how you find better articles. Same shit. Okay, if you're gonna use Google, right? You're probably wondering like, oh man, like I'm tired of getting the same articles every time I type in the schizoid on you know, on Google or whatever. Okay, so if you're tired of that, sounds like peak anxiety. What does? The Shroom Scribe looks interesting. Oh, okay, maybe something to do with that. Here, let's see here. Look, like if I type in schizoid articles or schizoid articles or academic articles or whatever, yeah, all you got to do is, again, it's almost like they do it on purpose. I feel like they do. No, I know that they do. They put the most useful tools for searching like on the corner where like nobody's gonna fucking see it. It's crazy. And you know what's funny is those tools, this is what's fucked. Those tools generally are not available until you search, right? So if you go to google.com, right, you're gonna have almost no options there, right? Even if you search like on your Chrome browser, right, you don't get these real options right away. It'll say Google search or I'm feeling lucky, and they offer obviously a fucking dumb shit AI mode, right? So yeah, if I type it in there, it's just gonna bring up the same old articles that have the most traffic or whatever. So again, on the right, bottom right, tools, change anytime to custom range. Past month, past year will work if you haven't ever done it anyway. There's probably gonna be plenty. But if say you want to just check at a certain time when a certain thing, you can use that. But past year, past month will work. If you've never done it, I would suggest at least past year or like custom range it to like the last 3 years or 2 years. And you will get far more recent articles and things most of the time. So well, yeah, and then you can go to advanced search and fuck with it some more. People don't use this stuff and they make it really hard for anybody to notice or care. And I'm telling you how to find this shit with like, you know, boomer fucking a boomer like me figured out what works, right? There's probably like way better shit or way better ways to handle this. I'm stupid. So that's what worked for me. And that's how I find a lot of like cool. I thought oh, that was the pizza. That was part of the soundtrack. Yeah, I forgot the secret pizza song. That was funny. So yeah, I was trying to be helpful when it comes to this stuff. I know sometimes I get into really abstract territories. Remember, I'm a schizoid, but I'm also kind of a schizo spectrum person, because like, you know, my thinking's really macro-associative or whatever. Not inactive enough. What type of research is fresh shit? I don't know what that. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to you know, make suggestions for those that watch this that haven't done that and want to actually find more Zoid stuff. Like you could even type something like schizoid blog or schizoid journal or whatever you want on Google. Just use the fucking tools. It didn't used to be this way. It used to be that the tools were just kind of there all the time. But it's just, yeah, they've made it so, you know, algo, give me all the algo. Yeah, like you have to manipulate your algorithm on websites like YouTube, and then you have to use the tools. Because if the tools aren't there, people would bitch and complain, but most people don't bother using them. And a lot of people that grew up on the internet like me, for like years and stuff, like it didn't used to be this way. It was a lot easier just to search for like weird, low traffic websites and stuff. It didn't used to be that you get the same fucking results and you have to go to page like fucking 17 to find anything good. That's the way to get around it mostly for now, until they basically get rid of that. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but by then hopefully you find all the information and videos and such that you can find. Anyway, so I hope that's useful to you guys. A couple other things. Man, what, I had something else that was like bugging me recently. Oh man, I can't even remember. Everything has just been bugging. I'm exhausted because, oh, I didn't even tell you the full of it. I hadn't worked out at the gym for like a while. Right? I was doing some at-home stuff, but I hadn't like gone, and that's because like of just like transportation and time issues and stuff. And I went back and I went hard, and my body hurt so bad. So my body is sore, and then I went through that thing with the THC green out, and then like last night, because I had to go to I wanted to go to my daughter's soccer game because she's in soccer, my little one. I had to take a propanolol, like on top of like, but that was the day. The weed was the day before, but like I was already feeling, and propanolol always just makes me feel kind of like tired after it like comes down, and like for my agoraphobia shit. And so man, by the time like last night, I felt like, oh shit, I was so tired. Not as bad as I did the green out or whatever, the THC OD shit. But I still felt so garbage. So I'm still kind of groggy. I'm still kind of like tired. My body aches all over because I hadn't gone to the gym and went that hard for like, I don't know, what, probably like 4 months or something. So yeah, I'm not having a good time. But I'll be all right by 2 days from now. In any case, the only stuff that's been on my mind besides, you know, the obvious and work and family and such, it has been like, and I mentioned, I think on the server, but it's been all the Epstein stuff. It's just, it's so goofy to me. It's so crazy. Like the level of gaslighting occurring is like, it's the worst attempt at gaslighting I've ever seen, or like the best. If there's a different reason for it. I was already like, what the fuck? Like when, you know, you had the president basically saying, oh, don't worry about it, I didn't get rid of it. I'm like, bro, that's all you fucking talked about for like ever, even before you were president. Like, and everyone around you was talking about it. It's just weird, right? It's just, that part was already like, everyone was like, what the fuck, right? But I think what like really like made me go like, this is gonna get weird, is that I saw an article in which Nancy Pelosi, I know not all of you do like politics, but you know, she's like the top of the Democrat food chain or whatever, and she was saying, oh, it's a distraction, ignore it. Like, and I'm like, yo, what? Like, all these people are on it, man, for real. Like, I'm just like, the people who hate Trump the most are, and he's acting weird and he's looking like guilty, and instead of jumping on that to attack him, you're saying, don't worry about it. Like, for me, that automatically makes me it just makes it so freaking sus. Like, it's, So, you know, to have his enemies be like, ah, don't look at that. People are like, it's probably because their kids are on there and shit. They're like grown-up ass adult kids and stuff. Who knows, man? But it's when the people who supposedly hate Trump and Trump are saying, nah, don't look at that. Like they're all saying that. I don't think that's being paranoid, man. That and I'm more worried about the consequences of what's gonna happen with this more than anything. I'm just to the internet, to just people's behavior and civil discourse of any kind. Yeah, who the fuck else is gonna worry about it? Whack. Actually, no, there's a lot. That's what's interesting. A lot of people are worrying about it, but they're not worried about like I don't think they're thinking like 5 years ahead and stuff. Old school Dems are all on it. They had 4 years. Even the new, man, I wouldn't be surprised the new ones are on it. Like it's just so crazy. They shut down Diddy case. They shut down the Epstein case. All in the same, was it the same month? It was like, wow, man, was there like a donation to the like, some kind of like, from some kind of pedo organizations? Did they like donate like fucking $500 million or something? Or more, like $1 billion from like, or like, I don't understand. How is it in the same fucking month? Or even the same 2 months? The two biggest high profile child ring related fucking cases get dropped all stupid. So like it's just crazy, man. Like, because the Diddy one's like, oh well, okay, guess they're just trying to save all the Hollywood people's asses, and I kind of, you know, they're probably just a bunch of weirdos anyway. But then the Epstein thing happens and I'm like, okay, so now everyone's just like, is this a test? Or like, are they just going like, oh, let's see if we can get away with it? Nothing's gonna happen, right? And it was just funny because even, and yes, I'm talking about shit I'm interested in because I already talked about the stuff that you probably wanted from the title. What blows my mind is just the way Trump himself thought that he could just dismiss it, and that's worked before, right? Whether, you know, whatever the reason, like if he doesn't want people to talk about it, or his like his like people that follow him, MAGA peeps, whatever, to like care about something or discuss something, he just like writes it off as stupid or pointless. And it works pretty often with that, you know, what's it called, the cult of the charisma cult, the what do you call it, personality cult, or whatever you want to call it, old school. Oh yeah, I already read that. And so like, but nobody bought it. Like nobody. It was just weird. Like for a guy that's supposed to be like, you know, one of the greatest liars ever, that whether or in negotiators and all this shit, right? He sounded like somebody that can't lie. Like they just suck at lying. They just suck at like what's it called? Any kind of optics. Which this guy doesn't really, Trump is not usually that bad with optics. Like, as far as when it comes to like stuff he wants, right? And so for the it's just been fuck up after fuck up optically regarding the Epstein stuff. First it was like hey, why are you talking about this? Talk about Texas and the floods. And then it was like, hey, I'm gonna put it on Twitter. Hey guys, this shit's stupid. The real MAGA people won't be looking into the Epstein. It's boring. It's stupid. He called it boring at one point. How is it boring? And then, like I said, you have his opponents doing the same thing. And you got like some of the top, you know, pundits out there. Like, it's weird because you have like both. You have that MSNBC, CNN, you know, channels. They're like going like, what the fuck, Trump, right? And then the Fox ones are like, what the fuck? But you know, we don't have all the information. But what the fuck? right? Like that's the reaction coming from, mainstream left and right wing, whatever the fuck you want to call it, media. Like, and then the smaller channels, well, not smaller, but like the internet famous people, right? Those people are either going hard as shit against it, or they're like being the craziest, like cucks about it. It's so fucking weird. They're like, oh, they're like, they buy into this like idea that the Dems made the Epstein file. I'm just like, what in the hell are you talking about? This thing's been talked about for like decades, this idea and these things. And everyone's like, they used to say Obama was in it. The Clintons were like the big ones that everyone was like, Bill Clinton, Epstein, the Clinton. That's when it really got, during the Clinton era is when this like conspiracy started growing, and it became part of like everyone knows about Epstein. Like, even like a lot of people, even if they have any knowledge about like the creeps of the world, right? They hear Epstein and they go, oh yeah, it's that guy with the island that had like was a molester, right? Like, that's literally how people react to it. Like, if they don't know shit about it, right? And then after he didn't, kill himself or whatever, then everyone was talking about it. They're like, wow, this was fishy and sussy as fuck. And just before that, they released all the documents, and they're terrible. They're like stupid. Missing footage, bad angles, redacted. And now you got the president and the speaker and fucking everybody, whether Dem or conservative or Republican, saying, don't worry about it. The biggest pundits are like, literally, I forgot the name of the guy who's just like, who cares about this? Who cares? It's like, all right, man. Well, apparently a lot of people fucking care. So, this is what I mean by it. Things are going to get weird. What'd you say? World leaders die every time Pitus is a child. First one was Queen Elizabeth. The second one was Pope. Wait, I just saw a meme today that said Trump has been diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency, and Trisha Paytas is expecting her third child this month. Oh man. But yeah, like it is not going away. Even channels that don't like really focus on this are starting to focus on it. And you might say, oh, well, they're just trying to pick up on the algo. They're just trying to get traction. There was plenty of other kinds of events and things they could have covered as extensively that had a lot of traction during periods of time. And for some reason, people are just like, especially the ones that go like, man, like anybody, dude, it's just crazy because like, I would say like, I don't know, 80% of his base supporters wanted the Epstein files released. Like how can you say that nobody cares or that it's boring when like the vast majority of your constituents and supporters don't feel that way at all? I can't imagine reason to obscure fake media. Wouldn't that let it rest? Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. It's causing the whole Streisand effect on it. Like crazy. This is like the biggest Streisand effect I've ever seen. Like globally. This is like a global Streisand effect. Don't look at it. Don't worry about it. I want to look at it. I want to worry about it. Like, I don't see this going anywhere. And some people try to say, oh, well, it's just going to be a Luigi Mangione. Everyone's going to forget about it. And this isn't like a sudden event that a thing happened that was really shocking. No, this is something that's been like on people's minds, especially internet people, for sure, internet people, for like that, like just forever. And how sussy and ridiculous it is coming out, it's just too goofy, man. It all works with the sub-animal IQ peeps, who would show up to protest a fake either way election for insurrection Dog and pony shows, numbers game, a race to the IQ bottom. They're all in on it. Yeah, but that's the thing. I think they overestimated. Because like I said, that kind of stuff usually works. But like there's one thing that kind of unifies smart people, dumb people, neurodivergent, neurotypical people, moms, dad, men, women. I would say protecting kids from molesters and child trafficking stuff, like that's a subject that there really isn't that much of a disagreement on in the vast majority of the population. It's just like that's bad, that's really bad, that person should like be removed that did those things or was involved in trafficking these things. Like they should no longer be breathing, right? That would be the attitude that most people would have regarding this stuff. So that's why it's not going away. Because this isn't just like a, oh, well, not my problem kind of thing. It's like, no, fuck it. It's kids. And it's blatant. And it's also a class issue. So it's happening all at the same time, right? And then class consciousness, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's been increasing because people are just becoming more and more disenfranchised, just disappointed, disillusioned. They're finding everything's fucking expensive. They're finding like all this stuff that they thought was cool is gone. They're finding that, if you follow the whole like stop killing games type shit, it's like, oh, it's okay, you don't need to own your games. It's like nobody's going like, yeah, like that's awesome, I just rent licenses. Like people are just starting to get like fucking fed up with this shit, all this corpo crap. Vance got the Pope, Little Trust was one who got the Queen. It could have been as simple as they're afraid of vigilante justice consequences if they were listing names. Nah, man, are you kidding me? Look, dude, like people would already be doing that if it was going to be that bad. The list alone isn't going to cause too much of that. But if they can just come out and say like, okay, these are the ones we can corroborate. Like if they just said, okay, we're waiting to corroborate the names that actually can go to trial and so on. If they explain it like that, and so right now we got to kind of keep it on hold. That's not what they're saying. They're saying, oh, it's done. No more. We're done. We figured it all out. It was just one guy. And it's just so weird because there's just piles of contradictory information. I mean, even if you watch the Epstein interviews and stuff, and you look at like some of the stuff from the 90s and things, and early 2000s type shit, like another people he paid off and all this sort of shit, all these weird, like it is just not one person. They literally arrested someone else, Ghislaine Maxwell, and she's in jail for like fucking ever. And she was the one like supposedly like maneuvering some of this work, but her main job was to like gaslight like teenage girls and shit into like doing fucked up shit for money, or like putting them in like, or for college. Oh, I'll pay for your college. That's like one of the Epstein tactics. Oh, I'll pay. I just want to like, I'll pay for all your college, everything. You just got to be my friend. Yeah, okay. A person may be smart, but people are stupid. They're all brainwashed by the red, white, and blue lamp. No, maybe way back, Don. Nah, no more. That shit's been gone for a bit, dude. The average person is just like, what the fuck's going on, man? Like they're just like, why is everything like shittier all the time? Like why do things keep getting shittier and more annoying? And like, why do they keep trying to like control what I look at and what I view? Like people are noticing, even that are not normally interested in this shit. And if you're talking about people that are patriotic, even if they're like nationalistic, right? Let's just say they're patriotic, they're nationalistic, right? I'm not a nationalist of any kind, but if they're like that, let's just say big MAGA, yeah, America first, poor everybody. Say even if they're like an isolationist, which like is crazy, like to be nowadays. Even if they were like full-blown patriotic isolationists, they would still not buy this because it's kids and because Epstein was like the big bad that Trump has been mentioning for like decades now. He's been saying it for a long time. This is important. He's done this. He said that like Clintons and all these other people were there. He's like, oh yeah, they were in the list, blah blah blah. All this shit he's been saying. And then even his own administration saying like, we got fucking videos, we got like piles of shit on this. And then they're like, nah, psych. Nobody's buying it. And they're doing such a bad job of like covering it up. That's so much so that it makes me think that it's intentional. I don't know what they're testing. I can guess, but it just gets into like even more schizospec territory. Unironically, yeah, even people on the left and right are becoming very disillusioned with everyone in the government. Trump is seen as generally doing too little too late, even in the right circles. Yeah, I mean, like when it comes to Trump, I just when people complain about him, my response is, oh, okay, cool. Like, so just so you know, every administration before this didn't do shit about some of the stuff that he says he's gonna do shit about, but y'all waited to vote for a wild card that is like one of the worst wild cards you can imagine. Like to do this kind, like if we would have had like, I don't know, like I know some of you might have like issues with like left wing, right, whatever, but like I would have still preferred, like, I don't know, if Bernie Sanders became like president and he was doing this kind of shit, but like the more Bernie Sanders way. I don't know if it would be good, but it wouldn't be this fucking dumb. It's just, this is the worst guy to be doing the stuff that we needed to get done for like generations. Like, this is the worst guy to do this. So when people are like complaining, I'm like, well, you should have fucking voted for somebody that wanted to do the shit that he says he wants to do, but like more like, you know, like anti-corruption, clean the swamp, all this sort of shit, but that isn't fucking Donald Trump, right? Like, so I don't feel bad for people when they like complain about, even if they didn't vote for him. I just go like, yeah, but like I mean, and not on an individual level. It's just like, this is what they've been doing this shit for years, and now you're complaining that the guy who says he's going to stop them is doing a shitty job. Well, of course he's doing a shitty job. Look how long you fucking waited. Right? And it's definitely not this guy. You don't want this guy to be the guy. He's too easy to manipulate. Trump's way too easy to manipulate. Like by people, by sycophants and people that like are in his cabinet, right? Like if they tell him this will make you look good and this is a good idea and you're so smart and we love you, like, dude, that guy's just gonna eat it up. And he is charismatic, he is funny, he is capable of carrying himself, he does have a cult of personality, but is he in control? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he just thinks he is. They still think somebody on the inside is going to do something without questioning the incentive system and ethics behind the culture. They can't accept that it's the entire system, not a guy. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, and it's really funny because like this whole thing, right? Like, dude, the first thing I thought, like the first thing that went through my head when I saw that Trump said, "Oh, those stupid, all stupid like that. Don't worry about it. Why are we talking about this?" The first thing I thought, like, oh my God, I want to see the reports of how many like random old people just keeled over because like they were like QAnon people. Like, this just completely destroys all that QAnon shit. It's just gone, right? Because the main central focus of like the whole QAnon thing is get rid of the corruption, and we're going to get the pedos and put them in jail. It's going to finally happen. And of course it didn't happen. And then some people were like coping and thinking, well, there's a plan. There's a plan for the next, he was waiting for the second presidency. He's got the secret's going to, and then he comes out and says, like, Epstein's not a thing. Don't even worry about it. Like, those people were like, like I don't know how they're coping. If they thought like, oh, cute, president, It's kind of bad. Literally, like, the biggest bad there is. Epstein. Like, the biggest bad you can think of that's in public knowledge and alive and actively doing, well, not alive anymore, but was alive and actively doing the most horrendous thing that the average person would say is horrendous. That's the guy you're like, don't worry about it. Those Epstein was like one of those guys that, like, the QAnon type people were like putting on this, like, the pedestal of evil. Like, he was like one of those guys that was like Satan himself. And even regular MAGA folks were like, yeah, fucking sickos, like Epstein, Trump's gonna get him. And, like, I don't even know how they're handling this. Like, I don't know how they can cope. Even the cope I've seen from, like, public figures, like, trying to, like, I don't know, it's not a big deal. Like, they sound retarded. They sound like fucking stupid. And that's why I say I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna get weird, because they're overplaying their hand. I don't know if they got cocky or what the hell happened. Don't you know QAnon was controlled opposition? Of course it was. It's everything. It's everything but, like, fake. It's just bullshit. Or somebody fucking, it could have been controlled opposition. Yeah. Controlled what, though? Like, there was still a fucking mess. It still caused a bunch of problems. People believing in that shit like the way they did. Like, yeah, it could have been like some fucking black propaganda for sure. And by the way, before somebody says, oh, we said something racist, black propaganda refers to a type of propaganda. It was really, really popular during wartime as well as Cold War stuff. Look up black propaganda. But it could be in its own way, like its own. QAnon was like the possibility it was like a black propaganda thing. From who? I don't know. But literally cut off one of my then two friends because he couldn't let the QAnon cope go and wanted to waste my shallow resources on it. No time for dumb shits. Yeah, I mean, I can't. Like, when the QAnon stuff was happening, I thought, this is fun. This is interesting. I like conspiracies. I like in some stuff I believe, right? Like, I believe, like, I know the word conspiracy theorist was created for the purpose of discrediting people that had theories regarding, like, government corruption and corruption in intelligence and all this sort of stuff. Like, the intelligence hyper focused on calling it making conspiracy theory a negative term. Like, look that up. That's like a thing they worked on since JFK specifically, because everyone's thinking, when everyone was saying that JFK was an inside job back then, that's why we had the Warren Report and stuff. Conspiracy theorists, unfounded conspiracy theorists, and they just kept posting that, and they memed it. They memed it into existence. Oh yeah, it was memetics. It was pure memetics. Conspiracy theorist was pure memetic strategy, and it worked, right? Because now there's just nothing but negative connotations to it. It even sounds stupid. Like, like the word conspiracy theorist, just those two words sound stupid together. Like, I doubt the people that were doing this stuff or interested in this stuff would have called themselves that. Think about that. Who would call themselves, I'm a conspiracy theorist? You sound retarded. Like you could say, oh, I'm into theories, like, regarding corruption, or I believe in upper class elite corruption. I have ideas. Corruption theories. What about that? Corruption theorist. Still sounds better than conspiracy theorist. Anyway. Yeah, Poison the Well classics, right? But yeah, that's what's been preoccupying the more schizoid portions of my brain. I'm just trying to, like, think how Clowns and Mockingbirds, yeah. Mockingbird, right? It's only one. But yeah, I just don't I don't know how this is going to be handled. There's one thing. What did I talk about it last time? I don't remember. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I believe in basic universal income. Yeah, well, there you go, right? Yeah, no, man. But anyway, the thing that I don't know if I mentioned before, I feel like, did I talk about this? I've been so just, it's just that, what I, it's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna, somebody's gonna, I think there's gonna be a fake leak. I think it's gonna have AI bullshit in it. I think, they're gonna use that to throw out the baby in the bathwater. I think those are like possible strats. Um, and they're gonna hope that like AI slot memes will be enough to like get rid of it. Probably gonna generate like bullshit memes. There's probably gonna be more like, because you already heard about the 4chan like infiltrations but stuff, um and you're probably gonna have everyone that downloads even like the doctored version by an anonymous whistleblower, is if that's what happens, right? Anybody has a real, like, say it gets put out and it's the real one, or a fake one puts out, anybody that has that stuff is going to be like threatened with prison time. And you're probably thinking like, they can't. I'm like, yeah, because they'll say you have CP on your computer. They'll say, oh, you have stuff related to a crime, and it also has contents related to CP or CA, and so you're going to go to jail for having it, or they're going to scare everybody into not looking into it, not downloading it, not reading it, all kinds of shit. YouTube channels saying, oh, I watched it, like, probably going to get reported, or I read stuff, or whatever, I looked at the files, right? I sure shit would not want to look at any audio or video of any of the shit they have, but I would like to see reports of the evidence they found. But even that's just going to get wrapped up in like, oh, well, you probably have CP on your computer. So, so that's bad, guys. That's the one thing that's like really bad, because like when WikiLeaks happened, when Snowden happened, right? That stuff, it was like, oh, illegal to possess. Oh, that's what they said. They said it was the news said it was illegal to possess. But they didn't really have much of a foundation on it. People weren't getting arrested for downloading WikiLeaks files. Like, nobody cared, right? But if this has like descriptions of events of like victims, or even if it has video or audio or anything like that, they're gonna be able to just scare the shit out of people, so that they don't touch it and they don't look into it, and people don't do videos on it and stuff like that. That's going to get it shut down faster than anything. Fear. So, because I think in this case, they're going to have to do something a lot more than just like waiting for people to forget, or gaslight really shitty gaslighting. You would think like the state would be incredible, and corporations would be really good at gaslighting people. You would think they'd be the best at gaslighting people. They've been doing it for so long. How come they couldn't do it with the Epstein situation? And my only theory is, like I said, this is some kind of weird, like 4D chess, which I doubt, or this subject is so sensitive and so career destroying and so like just nerve wracking, even for the coolest of, sicko rich people and celebrities, that even that they're fucking up, because they know they're fucked if this gets out. This isn't like a and they're fucked, not just like, they'll just say even the courts, right? Even the courts that like said, like, if the courts are like, we got footage over here of like fucking celebrity A doing this shit over here, and it's fucked up. Look, that's his face right there. He says hi to the camera. Like, even if that, and then they went like, no, technicality dismissed, not guilty, person, celebrity. This subject matter, this kind of thing is so bad that then you will have vigilante justice. I guarantee you will have vigilante justice. Do you know how many people out there have like kids that shit like this happen to them? Or like people out there that had like some psycho like kill their kid, or like their kid got a disease because of somebody doing this stuff to them, or a family member that like, is in prison right now and wish they were like, right? How many people out there in this world like that? Like, that's a lot of Mangionis, man. That's a lot. And I think that's what's scarier to them. Because even if the establishment, even if the institutions say, oh yeah, nothing happened, people aren't gonna just, this is not a subject that people look lightly upon. And you have to think, evidence of that, in my opinion, is like how beautifully treated those types of people are treated in prison, right? So if people that are murderers, gang members, assaulters, all kinds of shit are like, hate these guys, hate PDF files. That's what they should call them. They call them a PDF. But then you can imagine the average person and the average unhinged person, or the average like enraged person that had that happen to them, had their kid go through something like that, or something that's a lot of people. That's a lot of angry people. That's not gonna fly. Do you think Walk on Wall Street was bad? Like, that was a lot of people. Nah, dude. Imagine we had a Walk on Wall Street, whatever. It was pretty big deal at the time, whatever. But that wasn't about this. That was about, like, elites and institutions, the housing crisis, all this sort of stuff, right? But when it comes to this is the kind of shit that human beings like lynch people for and shit in the past, right? Even today, like, even if there was like, think about it this way. Even if there was like a small detached island with people that don't know anything outside in the outside world, unless they developed like a weird fucked up, like there is one tribe or two, like thing that has to do with like kid shit or something, they will end the people that do that stuff in their tribe. You don't fuck people's kids, you don't fuck kids. That's it. Like, that's going to be like 97% of humans are going to be like, oh yeah, somebody that does that, yeah, fuck him. Either they're going to say life in prison, or poof. That's what they're going to say. That I'm not, this is like their fingers and they're saying that, I mean, there's already an Iranian crowdfunded 42 million hit on the president, annoying orange head. So yeah, $42 million ain't shit. Nothing's off the table anymore. But yeah, because that's death. Like, you're not getting that. Come on, you're not even gonna get to enjoy the $42 million. But I don't think that's a solution either. That's not gonna save anything. Like, it would be the stupidest thing ever for somebody like to try to collect on that. It would be so stupid because he's not even like the person in control of this shit. I think it's more likely his cabinet, full of much younger people that could easily manipulate his narcass. Like, that's what I think is happening. So if something were to happen to Trump, like the JD Vance, you think things are going to get better? You think Vance is going to release the files? You think Vance is going to be like, let's fix the actual immigration problem, which I won't get into right now. And just kicking everybody out is not really working that well. It's like, yeah, because you're not fucking doing anything about the source of the problem. Follow the money in the alliances. Yeah, but the thing is, the average person's not going to follow it, right? This thing with Epstein thing, it's different, man. People are talking about it. I see like normies and shit talking about it. They're like, hey, you hear about that Epstein stuff? And they're like, yeah, I heard he's like, they said nothing happened. And people are just like, yeah, but like, I always thought for sure stuff happened. Like, that's weird. Didn't they like put out videos a while back saying like that he did and all this sort of stuff? And wasn't like Trump and a bunch of people saying that it was real and they were going to stop it? Like, everyone's going to be talking about it like that. And the people like that already like, hey, oh, Trump derangement syndrome, whatever you want to call it. Like, those people are already going to like be like, yeah, they're hiding it, right? Even if like they fucking like believe like that. I don't know if I believe all that stuff about the Epstein thing. Like, because of this, they're gonna be like, I, I believe it. They're covering it up. Like, that's gonna be like fucking, a boomer still, some fucking boomer. Always pay attention too. If there's any big protests about like weird shit in politics, it's always just a bunch of old people. Old people and old people and like moms and women in their like 20s and stuff usually. And then a lot of old people because they still buy into the whole like, look, Repubs and Democrats, they're very different and they make a difference. And what you vote is what you get. Like, they still think that stuff. Unless they're really old school, like, corruption theorists. I'm gonna fucking coin that shit. The average person is gonna shout at the TV and vote for the next guy that says his lines as well. Yeah, but I don't think so, man. This is the reason, like, okay. A couple of things, right? And I gotta go, but a couple of things to kind of push back on that, right? Trump getting elected, having a president like this, the content president, as a lot of people like to call him, he's, crude. He's, the people that do support him like him because he's relatable, because he's more like, shooting from the hip, like fucking says it like it is type attitude and everything. It's been like a ride. And then everyone during Biden's 4 year, everyone's just bored of politics again. They were like, oh God, oh, so nothing's happening. Like, it's just the fucking boring as shit. He's back, all this shit's happening. Right? Like, and it's politicizing a lot of people because of how like overt it is. Right? It isn't like Clinton's and Obama, where it was just kind of like, and before that, Bush Senior, Junior, like, where bad shit was happening, but they were kind of like, people still kind of believed in the institutions more. People still like thought, oh well, this is the American way and democracy. I don't think most people think like democracy's fucking at this point. No, they're not thinking it's working. Right? Because what's funny is that you have both people that are more democratic saying, Trump did something during the election. And then before that, you had all the MAGA peeps going, they did something to get Biden in. Everyone's cheating. Like, everyone thinks everyone is cheating. And everyone is cheating. It's just that they're not cheating for the reasons that most people are talking about. They're more, the average reasons they're discussed are more like tribalistic. I think they're far more individualistic on the part of the people doing this sort of shit than it is some kind of like the tribe. They're just cults. Like, they're just a thing that people in power create in order to, like, keep everybody in line. Oh, this is your box and this is your box. You got to pick one of the boxes. Like, how crazy is that? That, like, there's two boxes essentially, and all the other boxes, oh, this don't matter. It's dumb. Don't pay attention. That's a wasted vote. Yeah, right. It's so funny to me that most American thinks repubs and demos are night and day from each other. It's crazy. They're basically 2 centimeters apart, right? Carrie and Disperse the Outrage, Alexis to Torqueville, Lord Acton, and so many others saw the same thing. Carry and Disperse the Outrage? He's a character to carry, and I didn't read the first part. He's a character to carry and disperse the outrage. Yeah, but that's the thing. This subject is making everyone confused and mad and weirded out by everyone in positions of power, right? Like, the Epstein situation is something that implicates everyone on every side of the tribes that are in the upper class, especially like the millionaires, the billionaires, the celebrities, like people that are super high status. Those are like, no matter what tribe they're a part of, all those people are being like everyone's going like, I bet they're all doing it. You got a choice right now between fascist alt-right or corporate oligarchy. neither. But I have a feeling that if this shit goes as bad as I think it might, I have a feeling that you're gonna have Elon Musk is gonna do his third party, and normally third parties just it's a joke, right? But it could work this time, and I wouldn't want him. I don't want him to be in control of anything like that either. But all a third party with enough money would have to say now is, look, they're a bunch of fucking PDF files and they're trying to cover it up. I'm not gonna. Like that's all. Like if they just run on that, that might actually like fuck shit up. Because people, that's like a one issue vote that's super easy to cast for the average person. It's like, hey, you want to vote for the people that, you know, covered up the Epstein, or you want to vote for me? I'm gonna fucking unravel these shit and like fuck all these like PDF files. And like people are gonna be like, yeah, fuck those guys. They lied to us. They said they were like all the MAGA people are gonna be like, fucking Trump, you fucking lied to us. Fucking like they're both oligarchy, but you can vote your own frog to be boiled fast or slow. You know? But a point is, like, yeah, I think if Musk goes with the third party thing, like, it could disrupt shit quite a bit. And I don't think it's going to be a good disruption. I think it's just going to be, like, you know, you're just trading one pile of shit for another. A new all-digital monetary system will fix it all, so we can track the currency transactions. We want to use it against honest Americans. We promise, right? Yeah, of course. And put chips in your fucking head to, you know, keep you safe or whatever. But yeah, I really don't think the Epstein thing's going away. Like, I'll eat my words later. If like a year from now, nothing's released and everyone's just like, oh, you're still talking about that? Like, I'll be surprised because I think it's going to escalate. And I don't think you're going to have any, especially when it comes to like, this is the thing too. This is like schizo fucking like bread and butter, like the subject of Epstein. Like this is, and also unlike Martin Luther King files and JFK, dude, if it came out or like, oh yeah, somebody in our government killed JFK, nobody will care. Nobody will care except for like people into this stuff. But this is a current event. This isn't something that happened decades ago that most people that are like in their 20s, 30s, 40s don't know almost anything about. This isn't that. This isn't JFK. This is something that's happening right now that's still relevant. And it happened around the same month that a very high profile P. Diddy similar type of shit case got just thrown out all stupid. It's just weird. It's weird that like if they were gonna do corrupt, weird, shady shit that hide elite power or whatever, why the fuck would they do such a shit job around the same time? It's crazy. It is crazy. How do we know they would release the real Epstein files and not some? No, yeah, I already talked about that. I think they're gonna release doctored ones, that are gonna have like AI shit and stuff, and so then that way they could say like everything in it is like bullshit. You don't have this, even though it's computer generated CP, it's still CP. You're gonna go to jail if you get these Epstein files. And I think they're just gonna release a fake file with a combination of like less incriminating CP shit and like more incriminating fake AI CP shit. And then they're going to be able to say like, oh, well, this whole investigation's been tainted. And so, you know, can't go any further. It's done. And, you know, by then it's like, yeah, well, where's the next, who took over the Epstein power vacuum? That's my question. That guy had a crazy power vacuum. Like, where'd it go? Right. And then there's a lot of crazy shit, man, guys. Like there's the whole connection between Epstein and Mossad and all that stuff. And like, I mean, you even had fucking, what is it? Like, I don't know what's going on, man. Like the George Bush Jr., George Bush Senior, like, sorry, Jr. and Senior, even Clinton era, like, Israel is an American friend. That's like disappearing. very quickly among like the average population. People are starting to be able to like differentiate between a country and a religion, ethnicity. Like people are starting to go like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Those aren't the same thing." Right? Being Israeli is the same as being American, right? Being Japanese, being Chinese, Russian, right? So, with the increased like ideas of isolationism and stuff, and um, tired of was it wars and stuff? Yeah, man. Like it's just I don't know. Even fucking what's his face? Even fucking Tucker Carlson of all people, like did a speech recently where he's like, "I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the word Israel." Like, and it used to be that like complaining about Israel was like, automatically like like it was just like, oh, they would just follow it up with like, oh, you're an anti-Semite, right? And now it's like people are just don't care. It's like, oh, you're an anti-Semite, right? No, I'm not. And then that's it. Like it's just yeah. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, dude. Imagine because there's a lot of ideas that like that there's a bunch of ideas that Epstein himself was, and I'm into intelligence stuff, including Mossad. I'm fascinated by intelligence, CIA, NSA, um, fucking, even as far back as World War II, the starting of the stuff, as well as like Chinese intelligence, whatever, British intelligence, and if there is like the idea that Epstein was essentially an asset, for Mossad, like in order to like have blackmail type stuff. It wasn't just money for him. It was like information he could sell to like other countries. Hector, Tucker Carlson is probably being paid by Russia. No, dude. Nah, I don't. I Russia ain't doing shit. And I'll tell you right now, Tucker Carlson would. There's a lot of people that would give him money to say a lot of things, and I believe there's a lot of people that have given him money to say a lot of things. But yeah, man, ain't nobody risking something that could be like treasonous when they could do something. They could just shill they could shill for something that isn't treasonous. Like why would they do that? That he's already rich. Like that's not even going to be worth it. So no, I don't think that's why he said that we should start asking questions about Israel. And yeah, so if there's any connections with Epstein or people start thinking there is, and then you have all this, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. And it's interesting, there's a lot of there's a subsection of like anti-Zionist, anti-Israeli Jewish people who are in the States and Europe. Like that they're like, I'm Jewish, I'm ethnically, Jewish, I'm religiously Jewish, but I am not a supporter of the Israeli government. I mean, yeah, the right is genuinely like isolationist, growing apart from Israel. I mean, yeah, but like the left's been complaining about Israel more than anybody ever has. Like the right has always said like, why the fuck are we giving money to Israel? Like that's always been the thing. And the left has always been like, look the Palestinians, right? Everyone has like both sides have beef with this shit. So I don't think, yeah, nobody wants to look past the problems and consider the scope of what solution would have to address. Empires fall of necessity after all hope expires. Yeah, well, I think the reason empires fall is because like we need more slightly more anarchistic perspectives when it comes to like what the state is supposed to be and how it's supposed to be run and how things are finite and transient when it comes to like systems of government. Like anytime they try to stick to a system forever, it just fails because like anything else, it needs to evolve. It needs to change in like fundamental ways the moment that you see weaknesses in the system itself. If it's not being treated as something that could like be basically altered and changed significantly over the course of decades, not like centuries and shit, yeah, and then it's just going to keep being a problem because once there's a system propped up, no matter what it is, I don't care if it's capitalism, I don't care if it's fucking serfdom and shit, feudalism. Once you have a system in place and the people at the top are comfy, they don't want that system to change. No matter like the long-term problems, they just keep kicking the can down the road. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, eventually this is gonna like everything's gonna collapse. It's like, oh, that's what everybody says. Yeah, but when's that really gonna happen? No, that'll never happen. This system's gonna be around forever, right? And so I think that's what happened in capitalism. I think capitalism was a cool experiment with some cool results, some really bad results. But we've been doing it for way too long, and we're not. Some smaller countries are doing stuff, but like the major powers aren't really like doing very good when it comes to like the situation. I mean, you got to think even China's in on capitalism money. Everybody's in on it. But it's not gonna last. I mean, it was good. It produced a lot of cool stuff, and it produced a lot of not so cool stuff. So, but that's why you work out the kinks. That's why you get rid of a system or change a system, right, into another system, and then that system has to be changed over the course of a decade or two, and then that system has to be changed until you have a slightly more ideal system as you experiment with different things. And the only thing stopping that is the people that get comfy once the system works, even for like a few years. Then they're like, this is gonna work forever. My kids are gonna love it, and my kids' kids gonna love it, and then that's it. They fuck it up for everybody. That's what anarchism really is. It's about seeing a situation and going like, this fucked up, this ain't working. We should change things dramatically. Because we could have changed things gradually, but nobody wanted to change things gradually. Arise, ye workers, from your slumber. I don't know. Arise, ye fucking anti-pedophiles, from your slumber. Okay, have you ever thought in your head, man, fuck pedophiles. Those guys are fucking sick. We shouldn't even have them in society. Like, if that thought's ever fucking gone through your head, right? Ew, get me off this number one fan shit. What's number one? Oh, I know, it's annoying. It's just whoever talks the most. I don't know, it's stupid. It's a new dumb YouTube thing. Maybe I could take it off or something. I don't know. Let me see. It's a big world. Nobody can think on a human scale. Multiple solutions, perspective, personal sovereignty and responsibility, convenience and distraction selves. Yeah, I know. It sucks. That's why I don't think, I'm not like one of those like delusional anarchists that think that like just accelerationism is going to fix everything. That's fucking stupid as fuck. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's like baby's first like anarchism is when it gets tied to accelerationism. It's stupid. Like, it's so dumb because it's just it's like a D20 roll. Worse. Like, if shit goes crazy, like it doesn't guarantee anything better. It has a higher likelihood of producing much worse. So it's just, it's goofy. It doesn't make any sense. The only kind of accelerationist that I can imagine could succeed is the one that just wants to like everything to be gone and go crazy and then want to revert back to fucking primal. Like some shit like that because nukes fly everywhere or something. But like outside of that, no. It's not going to be a fucking coup. And then, you know, you're going to take it by force like fucking before. Like, that shit's not possible anymore. You can't do a French Revolution and any of that shit. That shit's gone. Those are fucking dreams. That's why all these fucking people throwing Molotov and doing dumb shit on the streets. Like, I'm just like, bro, like it's just so crazy. Because like, if it was an actual, like, if it turned into like a civil, like state versus people, guerrilla, like, you can't do what you've been doing with activism. They could just mow everybody down, man. Like, that's not, like, if it got that bad, like, they could just, there's enough psychopaths out there that'll do it too. So the only thing is, if a revolution started, it would have to be like highly efficient, highly proximity focused, highly meticulous, and long term. But even then, what are you gonna do? So yes, I think realistic kind of anarchistic thought is, oh, this is definitely not. We're not going to reach the ideal in the next 1,000 years. It'll, if it ever happens, it'll be in like 10,000 years, maybe longer, maybe never. But I'm still going to strive for it in my short lifetime to push any ideas that help with that in whatever small capacity. I think that's like the most realistic type of anarchism. Like going on the internet and bitching and complaining that like things aren't like an anarchist world yet is fucking, it's just dumb. Like nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're upset that like we don't live in this anarchist utopia. Like that's you're fucking dumb. Like what are you doing? Like I'm upset too. Like I don't like this what we're doing. This is terrible. But like if your rebuttal to every time somebody like supports the status quo is like, this is what we should have, it's like, okay, who cares? Who cares about what we should have? It's about what we could do. And people have trouble thinking outside the scope of their own lifetime. They think big shit's gonna happen. I feel like every human, that's especially now, thinks the big shit's gonna happen, and they're like, oh, the biggest shit's gonna happen in my lifetime. There's gonna be some big stuff, but it's not gonna be the big stuff that like you imagine it's gonna be, likely. As long as people are willing to outsource everything to corporate nanny state, this is what we got until it gets worse. Real collaborative, decentralized living is the only realistic next step. Well, there is some stuff happening that's shaking shit up that I find interesting. Like, for example, streamers, right? Um, content creation online by like essentially people that just had a lot of time and effort, and they fucking decided to try some shit and then it worked, or they just have a charismatic interesting personality or something, and then they get like a bunch of people, and now there's more people listening to a fucking streamer over, big ass corporate channels and stuff. And especially if that streamer's like, fuck that, I don't take like sponsorships, or I don't work under contracts. Fuck that. Because a lot of these people are making a good fucking living, and they don't have any of these contracts and stuff. And they're like, why the fuck? It's different than like when you were doing music in like the 80s and the 70s, where like you had your little garage band, and then like you came up with some badass shit, and people were like, oh man, I want to get signed by the studio. Like no content creator, um, that's like, especially ones that have very crass opinions or strong opinions about stuff, that have a lot of they're not going to be like, yeah, I can't wait to work for a corporation. They're already like raking it in. Like that would just mean that they have to like share their audience and be controlled on how, like, why would they want that? There's already some that do that probably, but I know a lot don't. And that shit is a lot of competition for because like corpos, like if they try to like do a grassroots fucking stream, dude, that's like, that's such a crazy investment. Like, and it's just like so like high risk, because like there's no amount of money you can pour into a streamer that'll make people like them. Like when it comes to like subject matter like this, like politicals, whatever subject matter. I don't like even stuff like Ben Shapiro and um what's a more left side one, Jimmy not Jimmy fucking Fallon, Jimmy Neutron, uh the more like left, not even demo, but like more left, uh Jimmy, I can't fucking remember his name right now. I used to watch some of his videos. Had some fun stuff sometimes, other goofy shit. But point is, like, these even those people are like hurting. They're starting to hurt from just like streamers, right? Like these, like, it used to be that, like, oh, you should join up with the Daily Mail because we're anti-mainstream media. And you know, you have fucking Steven Crowder. You had not Jimmy Dore. Is it Jimmy Dore? Am I right? Did I get it right? You had, you had the Young Turks, you had like all this sort of stuff. And so then you had these like people come out of the woodwork, uh, even people that were gamers and stuff, getting more traction than all that shit, like all that shit. Because I think it's because people want more sincerity. They got just bored. They just want a person they can relate to on like to hear stuff about. They want, like, people want people they can relate to that are of reasonable intelligence and um and are charismatic, right? Like that's what works like decently well. Because even like everything that was like everything that touched corpo shit when it comes to like I guess like news media or whatever is all like feeling tainted to a lot of people. So even stuff that touched like the pseudo new media is like feeling that way too. Like Ben Shapiro is just like, right? Most people like, okay. Like a lot, like people that are deep into politics and stuff, they don't give a fuck about fucking Ben. Like they see some of his takes, they're all lukewarm. Like even if they're like right wing, they're not. They're fucking like going like, Ben's a sellout, right? And shit like that. The Epstein thing is making it that much more apparent because those new media channels are the ones being like pussies. And the mainstream channels are being pussies too. They're more focused on like, well, how's this going to affect the political climate? It's like, who gives a fuck about that? You gotta fucking help kids and shit. So, food, water, shelter, security, beer, those things can be generated online. Yeah, I gotta buy dirt together and farm. Food, water, shelter, security, and beer, those things can't be generated. Oh, okay. No, they can't be generated, but there's also an increase on people buying shit online and buying it from like private like smaller businesses and shit like that too. And then you have like other types of alternatives and stuff. And then like I don't know, man, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Like the way that stuff gets defined when it comes to these things. Yeah, man. And in my mind, my schizo ass brain, the Epstein thing is like a big tipping point that's gonna push all of shit further. I don't know. And the AI slop stuff's just gonna be like, pfft. I already explained why that shit's not gonna take over art. It's dumb. Anybody that believes that is silly. Believes that AI is gonna take over. It's gonna destroy the artist. It's gonna destroy the profession or whatever of being an artist. That's the dumbest shit. Anybody that thinks that already doesn't. They're not that into art. They're just into entertainment. Like that. That's it. People that would yeah, that's like my take. People that would be satisfied by AI art, no matter how technically good it is, are people that were never into art. They're just into entertainment. They're into being entertained. Then and they have like no kind of hangups ethically regarding it and the problems with it. Like if you combine people that don't give a shit about that and people that don't give a shit about art, they just like entertainment. Yeah, those people might go buy the corpo AI made video game thing. But the more like discerning folk in those fields of interest are not gonna, no. They will continue figuring out ways on how to determine whether something's AI or not, or they will create systems in which they can bypass such things, even if it means like fucking physical mediums and stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, the things happening with the games, don't kill games, whatever. People want physical mediums back. They want their cartridges, they want their CDs, they want something that they could physically have that they can copy, or they can like upload, but also still have like a backup, stuff that they could put on like a solid state drive. Like, don't you know how detailed and accurate it is? Words of people who definitely are into art. Yeah, I know. That's what's so crazy. That's why it makes me laugh when I see, because like I watch Asmongold, but like it makes me laugh when he talks about AI. His takes on AI are just fucking retarded. He's got good takes on some stuff, really dumb takes on other stuff. Um, Especially when there's subjects that he doesn't know shit about, like mental health. Like he and his neurodivergency knowledge is like trash cans, and so is his knowledge regarding like art, apparently. But he gives the vibes. I think he's pretty open and honest about the fact that he's just in it for entertainment. Like he just wants to grill and be entertained. I don't think he's like into like art, and you don't have to be. That's not like, oh, you're stupid for not being into art. But all the people that are into art, they're not gonna want AI shit. They're just not. And that's coming from somebody that works with AI shit like all day. They're like, that's my full-time job, is like doing AI fucking training shit and like testing and whatever the fuck. And I'm not an AI like information tech or anything like that. I'm just a trainer person that basically like looks at, produces prompts, looks at the results, analyzes results, creates like rubrics to determine certain aspects of those results, tries to manipulate those results when it comes to the AI fucking stuff. And like I'm still going like, this should slop. It's fun. It's fun. Some of it looks good. Some of the slop looks good, but nobody's gonna. It's people that like are not into it because it just because it looks good or it's fun, and that's it. Like, nah, nah. There's just gonna be a bigger uptick in indie shit. People are just gonna want more indie shit. People are gonna actively want to like follow people that say fuck AI art. I'm gonna make my own shit. Like, the meme about pick up the pencil. Pick up the pencil. Anybody that like believes in pick up the pencil, they're not gonna stuff either. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. I went way longer than usual. But I had a lot to say today about random shit. If you like my streams, please support me on Patreon. Please support me. Boost the server, support me on Patreon, PayPal and stuff. All that shit's great. You guys fucking thank you. I know I don't call specific people out when they sign for my Patreon or anything. I try not to, just to get, I have a Garden Hermit tag. So if you're on my Patreon and you're on the server already, I can give you that. Especially if you're like a Zoid on the server or whatever. But yeah, I don't do like shout outs because I don't think Zoid would want that shit. They wouldn't want like, thanks a lot for the, thanks a lot for the $25, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just not. Yeah, I wouldn't want that. Like, I wouldn't want a shout out if I sent somebody money either. So, because that's not the point. Like, you're not, a Zoid doesn't send money on Patreon, PayPal, or Super Chats when I even had them. I demonetize the channel. Shit's stupid. Or Twitch bits or whatever the fuck. If they're doing that, they're doing it because they just want to do it. Like, they're not doing it because they want my attention and they want me to say their name. It's like, yeah, man, that's not my demo. People that want me to say their name and want my attention, those are the kind of people I will gladly take just to make the channel grow, but don't expect me to give you those things. At least not unless you say something that I want to engage with. But I don't care. Like, even if somebody gave me, like, they're just like, here's $500, you better fucking thank me for it on your stream, I'd be like, Yeah, you can have it back. I don't want your fucking money. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. So, but luckily that's not my demo. That's not I'm not that's not what I'm getting, which is good. I'd probably be getting a lot more money if I leaned into that, but I couldn't live with myself. So, uh, yeah. Well, plus it would just be miserable shit. I wouldn't be happy. I'm not happy now, but I don't want to be. Anyway, all right. Thanks a lot for everything. Talk to you guys later. Join the Zoid Void if you haven't. And oh, also, really quick, if you want like schizoid coaching or advice, or you just want an ear that's experienced a lot of Zoid shit, it's dealt with it, it's talked about it, and you want like a one-on-one type deal with me, hit me up on the server, email me, whatever. I try to charge as little as possible because these life coach people, they like charge stupid amounts, man. They're trying to charge like fucking $300 an hour and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you sucking their dick? Like, what is this? Right? No, $50 an hour with me, and that's only because I live in Cali, and that just like pays for gas and shit. Because it's pretty bad. Cost of living. Anyway, peace and thanks a lot. Bye. And as usual, when day is dark, always remember, happy day.